Oh, man. My boy. Who's that back there? Everyone knows it is my boy. Papa. Hey, good boy. How you doing? That's your boy? Yes, your boy? This big bone. Oh, great. You like the bone. Great, wants a bone. That's a good girl. What up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. There's JTsuits. You're a big man. Look at that big mouth. Papa, look at that big mouth. What up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video here on the JTsuits channel. First, a huge shout out to everyone who came out. Huge shout out to everyone who came out to the live stream earlier today. Thank you guys so much for all the support, man. All the Patreon pledges, thank you guys, and everyone who's been downloading the military app Sandbox. Love you, poppies. I just want to get right into this video. Is it easy to go to sleep on a Navy ship? Is it easy to sleep? Is it hard to sleep? Do you get any sleep? If you guys have been wondering what's been going on in my life, as you know, I have a son on the way. Mrs. Suits is 4 months pregnant. Actually, yeah, about 4 months. And the past couple of days I've been working on my backyard, setting it up for the dogs so they can be clean and come inside. My whole backyard's dirt. I had to build a whole fence area so they can run around out there and not get filthy. So now they can come inside. My bud! Papa, papa, papa. Papa, papa, papa. Look at this. I got him a big boy. Sit. Sit. Stay. Be nice. Shh. Hey, be nice, Papa. You want your bone? That's a good boy, Papa. That's a good boy, Papa. Okay, take your bone. The sheriff is back in town. So, sleeping on a Navy ship. At first, actually, it's going to depend. You know, what kind of sleeper are you? Myself, I need a lot of white noise. I believe that's what it's called. Like, when I was growing up, I always had a fan going on, or I had a TV show, preferably Avatar: The Last Airbender, always running on repeat in the background. I freaking love that show. Still to this day, I love that show, man. I named my FZ09, my motorcycle, my blue motorcycle, I named it her Katara, after the best waterbender. Anyways, we're getting a distraction. So, some people can only sleep if it's really quiet. If you're that type of person, you're going to have a hard time on the Navy ships because, especially on a carrier, there is always noise. There is always stuff going on. My first deployment on the Lincoln, I slept towards the fantail, towards the back of the carrier, right under the flight deck. Right under the flight deck. So when we would do night ops, night operations, launching and recovering F-18s, all you hear all night. And then the afterburners. Trapping. I slept right below the arresting gear. Right below the wires. The 1, 2, 3, and 4 wire. So all night I'm hearing aircraft trapping. At first it was kind of difficult to fall asleep. My second deployment, I was like, oh, it's going to be a lot easier. It's going to be a lot easier. I get to sleep, you know, under the galley. It wasn't that bad until I figured out that my berthing under the galley was near the AO weapons elevator, the aviation ordnancemen. Their weapons elevator was right by my galley, so all I hear is the ordnance going up and down. All this freaking noise, 24/7. And if you're a nuke, if you have an engineering type rate, I hear those spaces get really, really loud as well. So the consensus is Navy ships are always loud. And you get used to it though. You get used to it because you're going to be very, very, very tired. Very, very tired. Especially if you have a really long day's work. Now if you're like a paper pusher, a clerical type worker, you might not have that like mental and physical exhaustion. Because there were days when I would just plop, pass out. And the Navy berthings, the berthings on the ship are kept very, very, very cold. Usually they run AC 24/7, so that's really awesome because it's, you know, you can just like get up, you snuggle up in them blankets and you just pass out. Especially if it's scorching hot outside, like when we were in the Persian Gulf, over 100 degrees every single day, 110 plus jet exhaust, plus you're in full flight deck uniform. You get down into the cold berthing, feels good. Now the bad part is, when the AC would not work, sometimes there were days when the AC, you know, was broke or it wasn't running full blast all the time. Dude, I have never smelt something so bad. Everyone keeps their laundry bags at the foot of their rack or hung up on their lockers. So when I had a 200-man berthing, 200 bags of laundry. When the AC wasn't running and it got hot in the berthing, the smell, it was cannot indescribably just, wow. It was terrible. Terrible freaking smell. Now I did spend some time on the Cape St. George on a small boy. And those berthings are a lot smaller, a lot cleaner. You also have to like sometimes tie yourself in if you're in heavy seas so you don't roll. Because on the small boys you get a lot of rolling. You know, you feel the ocean a lot. So you have to tie yourself in so you don't fall out of your berthing. On a carrier you don't feel it. On a carrier I only felt it when we were in really big storms in the Atlantic Ocean. When we were going back on our world tour, we hit some heavy seas in the Atlantic. And it was awesome, man, because you're seeing the carrier get destroyed. You're like, holy, the carrier is getting tossed around like a little, like it's a little duck in a bathtub. Hey, okay, you smell like bone. You smell like your bully bone. All right, get off. So if I can give you guys any, it's getting dark in my filming room here. Oh, I just wanted to film somewhere else. Papa, come here. If I can give you guys any advice though, exhaust yourself mentally and physically to help you fall asleep, you know, your first couple of weeks or days on the ship if you're struggling. I would love to read. I read like so many books on my Kindle. I loaded up my Kindle and I would just read until my eyes just fall asleep. It was awesome. And Kindle, I only had to charge it like once every 2 weeks. I held it charged forever. So mentally and physically exhaust yourself. A lot of people will play music, you know, have their iPhone, iPod, the pod phones, have them, your music playing to help you go night-night. But yeah, that's it, man. It is very, very loud. It is hard to sleep at first for some people. That's all I got for you today, man. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I gotta go. House tour coming soon now that my backyard and all the house is set up. Baby Suits is doing great. Baby Suits is cooking in the oven. He's gonna be a big man. We're still coming up with names. Love you guys. I'll see you brand new videos every day on the channel. Brand new videos almost every day. My school semester starts up at the end of the month and I got an internship I got to do and school and graduate. So it's going to be a exciting couple months. Very good lighting today. Very good lighting, JT. You're freaking awesome.